We like to make an entrance. It's actually how I start most of my days. Good morning and welcome. My name is Robert Hoffman. I'm the CEO and president of Yo San University. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the commencement ceremony for the class of Yo San University, class of 2026. We're very delighted that you can be with us today to share in a very special occasion. It's time for us to celebrate the achievement of 17 master's students, 23 doctoral students, and 5 postgraduate doctoral students who've worked so hard to be here. So how about an applause for them? As a matter of housekeeping, I would like to ask everyone to take a moment to silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices so that we can respectfully honor our graduates. I'd first like to welcome our founder, Dr. Daoxing Ni. Dr. Mao couldn't be with us today due to some pressing family issues, but I know he's thinking about all of you, and he'll have plenty of video to watch. Your leadership, Drs. Dao and Mao, for more than 3 decades now, 36 years, has brought us to this very special moment. Additionally, I'd like to welcome members of our board, our deans, faculty members who've joined us on stage today, and of course, all of the members of our faculty who have been able to attend. We wouldn't be here without our faculty, so an applause for them, please. So much pressure having Dr. Chang in the front row. I just want to say I'd like to start also very personally thanking members of Yosan's administrative staff for their incredible dedication, not just in today, of course, but in all of the everyday work that we do. Tora Flynn, Karen Mond, Sean Gates, Jyotika Pratap, Abby Rance, Monica Beal, Laura Grigsby, Olivia Oreskovich, Nathan Lara. You've all done so much that, you've enhanced our lives every single day. So thank you so much for that. We also, of course, have our entire clinical staff to thank. They're at work right now. So again, the finish of your education, the fact that the clinic is so successful and runs so smoothly every day is up to them. And of course, this group on stage, Sam, Val, Natalia, Jessica, where would we be without you? And Anissa will get her own warm introduction in a minute. So I'm really thankful for all of the work that you do. These graduates would not be here without you. And I know it's tireless and sometimes thankless, but this day is just as much about your accomplishments in helping them graduate as it is theirs. So thank you very much. And of course, this day is not possible without our graduates, your hard work, your dedication. Um, this is your day, and we're here to celebrate you. Your family is here to celebrate you. The entire staff celebrates you. So thank you for allowing us to celebrate in your achievement. This ceremony also carries some special meaning for us. We mark the 50th anniversary of Hua Qing-ni traveling from Taiwan to the United States. He is the father of Drs. Dao and Mao, and it's his coming to America that helped establish the College of Dao and set the stage or planted the seeds for what would become Yo San University. So his vision, the family's ability to preserve and practice and share the wisdom of Taoism, Taoist medicine, and Chinese medicine will now live in each of you. So thank you, Dr. Dao. And today, we also witnessed something deeply meaningful. The first wave of Emperor's College students crossing our stage as Yo San University graduates. This is something I actually never thought I would see. The school across the city, many of my friends have graduated from there and from Yo San. So I know for you graduates, this is perhaps even a little bit of a bittersweet day. You never thought you'd be here as a Yo San grad. So I am deeply thankful that you chose Yo San University to finish out your education. The path for you has not been simple. Chinese medicine school is not easy by itself. Switching schools is a whole other, kind of speed bump, roadblock, however you want to think about it. So it required resilience, trust in us, and courage, in the face of uncertainty. So I'm very thankful for your presence here. Um, and in many ways, this is the story of Chinese medicine in and of itself, right? Its ability to persevere, to move through generations, to cross lineages. You are a testament to the medicine, and I thank you that you're all here. All right, let's get serious. I'd now like to ask our longtime supporter, instructor, and university trustee, James Tuggle, to come to the podium to give an invocation.
Well, what can I say? Such an incredible group, incredible setting. I'm asked to give the invocation every year, and I'm always humbled. And yet, I feel the energy of the group. I remember the first graduating class of Yo San had 4 students. I knew them all by first name and last name. We handled it around a banquet table. Now look at us. Incredible setting, incredible group of people. But the energy that was there at the beginning is still with us. We have grown, we have prospered. And in the process, we have to take a moment. An invocation is to invoke, to call out to our subtle essence, to those people who've helped us get to this point in time. We want to thank all of them, if they can't be here, if they've passed on, to invoke the spirit. So at this time, I'd like each of us to get ourselves in a nice, comfortable posture. I know after that dragon dance, there's a lot of excitement. We're here this fire horse year. Everything is moving up, exuberant, springtime. So before we begin this celebration, it's always, I think, important to step back, take a deep breath, both figuratively, metaphorically. Bring the breath down into our lower abdomen. Feel the energy expansion. Feel the energy of the entire auditorium, the people sitting next to you. Let's take a moment to self reflect, gather our energy, release any toxicity, any thinking. It's an amazing journey that these students, these graduates, have gone on. From this day forward, they'll no longer be a student, they'll be a healer. So we like to pause at this critical moment, this moment between being a student, going forward. It's an intersection in your life. You'll never forget this moment. So we want to feel it in our heart. Bring our attention into our heart center. Breathe into the heart, the joy of being here in this group, in this setting. Feel the energy change. You feel the stillness come, calming the mind, creating the stillness. And within that stillness is a subtle activity, a subtle presence. So breathe into that heart center. Feel that energy. Feel it expand. Feel yourself connect to your next door neighbor, the person sitting next to you. And from there, feel it fill the whole auditorium. And in our self reflection, in our inner awareness, we also become aware of those people throughout the whole world who are living without shelter, without food, living in time of war. They're also part of our community. As you leave this, you'll be serving them as a healer. So allow our natural energy expand into the universe. Breathe into it. Now bring our attention back down into our lower abdomen. One last deep. And thank you again for being part of this experience. My pleasure. Let the celebration begin. Thank you.
And now it's my great privilege to invite to the podium co-founder of Yo San University, Dr. Dao Sheng Ni, for the founder's address.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. My brother, Dr. Mao, couldn't be here today with you, but his heart is with you today. So class of 2026, faculty, friends, and family, welcome to our graduation together. When my family founded Yo San University, that was in 1989. We started with just 8 students. And a dream that many times at that time, we call this medicine alternative. Back then, traditional Chinese medicine was a mystery to most of this country. People saw the needles, but they didn't see the Tao. The underlying harmony that governs all life is the Tao. We named this school after our grandfather, Yo San Ni, a man who taught us that a healer's hands are just merely tools that represents our heart, the healer's heart. There is a timeless truth from Lao Tzu Dao De Jing that you have lived every day of your studies. And he says, a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a single step. Think back. Think back to your own single step you took at the beginning. It was a day, maybe the first day you took your Qigong class. Maybe the first day you felt Qi in your own palms. Or the moment you realize healing was your true calling. You have taken thousands of steps since then. I didn't want to say thousands of questions since then and your exams, but it is. You went through studies, you went through rigorous exams, you went through clinical rotations, you fall asleep on your partners when you're studying together. I've seen those. And deep personal cultivation, this medicine do require. Those are your single steps that you took. And remember, we continue this 1,000-mile journey with that single step. And today, I hate to tell you, it's not a finish line. It's the beginning of the next 10,000 steps. And you already did your 10,000 miles. And therefore, you are no longer a novice. You started with this medicine with a lot of foundation. And you are now stepping out of the shelter of this university into a world that is waiting for your touch. By standing here today, you have been initiated into a 38th generation lineage of healers. For centuries, our family passed these teachings down, sometimes secretively, always with reverence and respect. Today, you officially become the 39th generation. You are the bridge between the ancient wisdom of the past and the modern need of the present. Our history is not found in textbooks, but it is found in the way that you listen to your patient's pulses. It is found in your understanding that body is not a machine to be fixed, but a garden to be tended. As you look toward the future of healthcare, I want you to carry a wider vision. For too long, medicine has treated the human being as if we exist in a vacuum. We don't. You know better. We cannot have a healthy human world if we have a sick natural world. The same chi that flows through our meridians and our patients' meridians is the same energy that flows through the forests, the oceans, and the air that we breathe. When you help a patient find balance, you're helping the world find balance. When we advocate for clean water, pure herbs, and a sustainable environment, we are practicing the highest form of medicine. Your charge is not just to heal the person in front of you, but to be a stewards of the environment, of the earth, of the world that sustain us all. True health is a harmony between the internal and the external. You know that. The Wei Qi and our Yin Xue. The most powerful tool you carry is not just your needle kit or your herbal formulas. It is your presence. Your presence in a world that is increasingly digital, fast paced, and literally disconnected from the earth. Your ability to truly see your patient and to see their connection to the world around them is a revolutionary act of healing. As you go out, remember Master Hua Qing's teaching. Always emphasize the importance of self-reliance, self-responsibility, self-discipline. These are the three fundamental pillars so that we may help our communities better. Cultivate peace within your heart, and it will radiate outward to the world. Congratulations, class of 2026. You have walked the 1,000 miles for this degree. I didn't tell you it's 2,000 for doctorate degree, and it is another doctorate degree, that's 3,000, but we won't go there. Now, take your next step with confidence, with resolve, but more importantly, humility and commitment to make both our human world and our nature healthier. Go forth and represent the 39th generation of healers with pride. The world and the earth have never needed your balance more than they do right now. Welcome to your lineage. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dow. Every year, our entry-level master's and doctoral candidates honor one amongst them to address all of our graduates. Will Adam Kurtzfeld please join us at the podium?
Wow. Okay. It is an honor to speak here and represent my class, the MAC and DAC program. Two things are simultaneously true in regards to this huge milestone achievement, graduating from Yo San University. The first is that we must acknowledge the fantastic dedication, determination, hard work, and sacrifice it took for each of us to get to this point. Personally, trying to be a present father to tiny humans, Taj and Sefi over here in the crowd, while being in school was my biggest hurdle, but also a great gift. However, I know that each of my classmates had your own challenges and difficulties to overcome in pursuit of becoming a practitioner of this beautiful, beautiful medicine. Way to go, us. The second truth is that no human being is an island, just as Dr. Dow just said. It took immense love, encouragement, and support from our families. Some of my family is here today. Thank you for being here. And to those of you watching, and friends and teachers. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Chan and Dr. Jung. I love them so much. Shout out to you and all of the other great teachers at Yo San and previous years of teachers. And even for some of us, our pets were big support. All of the many influences in our lives, like tributaries, forming each of us into a river that could wind its way to this point right now. Even our health issues, traumas, and adverse experiences helped to shape us into the healers that we all are today. I give my heartfelt gratitude for all the many ways my family and friends have supported me through school, especially for my in-laws, Gil and Amalia, who are here today, housing us, feeding us, and co-parenting with me and my wife. Your unconditional, unwavering support was a gift like no other. And most of all, I want to thank my love, my wife, Dee Dee. At least half of this degree belongs to you. For supporting us financially, handling all the many details, and giving birth to our kids, not to mention nursing and doing night duty, all without resenting me somehow. You are incredible. You are my hero. This achievement is as much yours as it is mine. In biomedical acupuncture research class, we were given a project to write our own elevator speech, our own unique Chinese medicine sales pitch. I decided to write a song which sums up some of the things that we learned during our time here at Yo San. So I'll finish by singing that to you. Can you hear that in the speakers? We have to question medicine. What does it mean to be healthy, to be well? Learning to balance yang and yin. How does it feel to thrive, be fully alive? So show me your tongue, let me feel your pulse, read the pattern of your problems, and we can see if we can solve some. The answer's in your lifestyle, it radiates from your bright smile, and every once in a while, a well-placed needle tip. So here's my elevator speech. Go ahead and elevate your feet. Suspend your endless reasoning and feel the peace these needles bring. 'Cause every cell in your body is a connected community, an elemental web of chi that flows in rivers, streams, and seas. And physically, every disease arises from the broken flow, the stagnant stream, Physically, every disease arises from the broken flow, the stagnant stream, the dried up river, the bursting dam of raw emotions, the scattered waters of restless oceans. The nuclear waste we eat and drink, the chlorine in the kitchen sink, the Roundup ready monoculture, algorithmic screen fed torture, the candle burning at both ends, the lack of human touch and friend. So here's my graduation speech. Go ahead and elevate your feet. Suspend your endless reasoning and feel the peace these needles bring. 'Cause every cell in your body is a connected community, an elemental web of chi that flows in rivers, streams, and seas. We got a question. Medicine. What does it mean to be healthy, to be well? Learning to balance yang and yin. How does it feel to thrive, be fully alive? Thank you.
No pressure. So as many know, we also began this entry-level doctorate program a couple of years ago and achieved accreditation. And some of our students are four-year graduates of that program, and then others are completion doctorate programs. They finish their master's degree from any school in the country, and they can come back to get their doctoral degree as well. So this year marks our first year honoring a speaker from that program. And we thought it was only appropriate to have kind of a separate speaker because it's its own journey, right? It's another step. It's another 1,000 steps, as Dr. Dow said. So will Sam Audette please join me at the podium?
Or this is 2 copies. It's not this long. I didn't know that we could bring a guitar. That would have changed things. I want to say thank you so much to the entire Yo San team, to Anissa, to Rob, to Tora, Olivia, Natalia, Nathan, Val, Sean, Jessica, Luca, Abby, Dr. Dow, Dr. Mao, to our entire Yo San community, and to the class of 2026 especially. Woo! The DAC completion module may be the shortest program, but we still get the same amount of stage time. So what does it mean to be a doctor in this modern world? To me, it means trust. Trust today, I think, means humility more than ever. It also means curiosity. Being open and curious, not going into a clinical interaction with preconceived notions or set ideas, but leaving a little room for openness to something new. Being able to hold space for your patients, to listen and be in true Socratic dialogue. This is something Jane, Layla, Natalie, Ruby, and I mastered while we were in Athens during Yo San's first international externship this January in Europe. Socrates famously said, "Wonder is the beginning of wisdom." And Chinese medicine is fundamentally a medicine that reminds us to have wonder in humility and curiosity. Wonder at how putting a point in your thenar eminence can immediately improve your sprained ankle. Thank you, Dr. Chang. Wonder at how herbs can sometimes clear chronic bacterial gut issues without causing the same side effects of antibiotics. Though yes, sometimes you need antibiotics. You should always ask your doctor. Wonder at how a simple, singular treatment can sometimes bring a patient a sense of integration and wholeness that they had almost forgotten they were missing. Our medicine teaches us fundamentally that the body is always seeking balance. It is far more intelligent than our rational left brains and encompasses the symbiotic interaction of countless complex systems, biological, structural, psychological, energetic, and spiritual, which are truly more than the sum of their parts. The same can be said for our wonderful school and to the Yo San class of 2026. Woo! I started my education at Emperor's College, like many of the wonderful students here, and today we finish it together at Yo San, where we are blend. Yeah, come on, is there any Emperor's students in the crowd? No, okay. uh, let's see, where was I? Where we are blending the wisdom of so many teachers, styles, philosophies, and traditions. How does it all work? What holds us together? I believe it is reverence for the ancient wisdom, for the gifts from our previous generation and from those before them, and for the way in which connection to our past can bring clarity and vision to our present moment and begin to light the way forward in an uncertain future. My journey in Chinese medicine started on a hot summer evenings, holding the horse stance with my father in a stuffy martial arts gym in Boston. There was one fan which would slowly turn across the room to briefly grace you with its presence and wind. I remember the warm, energized, yet calm feeling I would have while eating dinner outdoors after class in the muggy New England air. That feeling, different than I felt after regular exercise, such as running or something, or soccer, would guide me into the endlessly surprising, simple, yet complex world of Chinese medicine. Energized yet calm, two distinct feelings that we in the West distinguish as separate, yet within Chinese medicine are beautifully captured by the polarity and interconnection of yin and yang, and the harmony of the two being the central pursuit of Chinese medicine. The story of my journey into Chinese medicine is also one of my father's. It is the story of honoring the gifts and wisdom of the previous generation in a time when our world is constantly accelerating towards a new and next thing quicker each year. My father was inspired to pursue Chinese medicine from his martial arts teacher, Master Kai-Chi Liang and Master Han Lin from Taiwan. Master Liang, who passed away 3 years ago during my final year of my master's program, was an inspiring, strong, joyful man who took great pleasure in the simple joys and blessings of this world. He loved bringing people together, providing a space for disciplined and quiet work in his martial arts gym. He loved to hear what his students did for work and fun, and above all, what they were having for dinner. He was probably the best customer of Boston's vivacious Chinatown. In his old age, as his body became weaker, you could still see his strength in his small movements and the way he would walk. I remember very special moments in his classes when the conversation, a piece of classical Chinese music, or one of his students' efforts would inspire Master Liang to a new level of vivacious energy. As though his body were flooded with yang qi, he would hop around in the stretches and warm-ups and move through the Tai Chi studio with incredible vigor and grace. This was his secret to being a great martial artist, I believe. His heart was fully in his every movement. Chinese medicine, truly, is about following a path with heart. I have had the great privilege at our school and as a CEU junkie to get to know and to study with so many wonderful teachers and so many styles of acupuncture, herbal and classical medicine approaches. My favorite teachers are those who push us to look deeply at both the classics and the insights of modern biomedicine and research. I'm looking at everyone who survived a case studies class with Dr. Tim Ross. That's the beauty of Yosan and the culture that Dr. Mao and Dr. Dao have created, a space where there is simultaneously deep pursuit of the ancient and the modern, while remembering all the while that self-cultivation is the key to both. One of my continual inspirations in this medicine is Japanese master Akiko Matsumoto. Her great inspiration is her ability to weave the classical texts with modern insights from biomedicine. One thing she always says in her lectures is, remember, Chinese medicine is Taoist medicine. So she spends a great deal of her time trying to unpack what the ancient Taoist masters were saying, but also how they saw the world. As Dr. Dao was telling you all and beautifully illustrating, we look at the body, not just as organic matter, but as a literal microcosm of nature. The river, the earths, the mud, the mountains, and the heavens. The human being was seen as a bridge between heaven and earth, and the geography of the universe and stars is mapped into the very geography of us and our points, our acupuncture points. Why is it important more now than ever that we become doctors of Chinese medicine? As doctors of Chinese medicine in America in 2026, I believe we have two mandates: to learn and to integrate an ancient natural medicine into the scientific advances of biomedicine, and at the same time to preserve something sacred and honor its rich cultural heritage through authenticity and deep study and respect for its roots. As we graduate today with my fellow doctoral students, I see so many brilliant faces in those classrooms and in the audience who are equally inspired by the ancient and the modern, and who are filled with a passion to make a mark on our field and help to preserve and grow this rich and wonderful field of traditional Chinese medicine. Congratulations to a wonderful class and cohort, and may we all be exceptional healers and practitioners in our field, ones who are open, humble, curious, and grounded in integrity and trust. Thank you.
I now have to introduce my best friend, my little sister, my inspiration, my joy. Our DAOM speaker was voted on by all of the doctoral candidates to address the graduates. Will Jessica De Leon please come to the podium?
I'm so glad that we recorded that. Everyone heard it here. Okay. Whew. Give me a moment. I'm very nervous. Buenos dias, everyone. Eee, what a beautiful day it is. Truly, everyone here looks so beautiful. All of our loved ones, our colleagues, our friends, our family, our teachers. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking the time to be here today. For those of you who don't know, my name is Jessica De Leon. I'm a first-generation Guatemalan American. Whew. I'm the first in my family to both have the opportunity to pursue education and to do so. I'm also a business owner, a wife, a mother, and there is a 200% chance that I'm going to cry during this speech. I truly can't believe that I'm here on this stage today representing the DAOMs, about to officially earn the title Doctora. Hi, Mom. So for me, cabal, 10 years ago, I graduated from the master's program here at Yo San University, and I always knew that I wanted to come back for the DAOM. But I needed and wanted some real life experience first. So off I went, opened up a business. 10 years later, voila. That time has taught me so much between growing as a practitioner and as a business owner. So when the time came, I thought about venturing to another school to pursue the DAOM and get experience elsewhere. But the reality was, I knew I had to come back home for it. Because that's what Yosan has been to us after all these years. Our home. And when I heard the news that my bestie, Dr. Hoffman, had become the dean of the doctoral program, that's when I knew it was really time. Now, I'll be honest with you. The master's program, amazing, incredible. But it just wasn't enough. I mean, it was only 4 years, roughly 3,400 hours of classes, and 840 hours of clinic. Nowhere near enough. This is something that my fellow DAOM colleagues have all felt and realized. So back to school we went. For those of you that don't know, the DAOM program is an additional 2 years, another 570 hours, and 650 hours of clinic, and one whopping capstone project. Classes meet once a month for a 3-day weekend, 10 days or 10 hours a day. It was really lovely to be able to see you all once a month and check in and see how much we've grown, how much has happened. That brings us DAOM graduates to a whopping 6 years of school, 4,000 hours of classes, and 1,490 hours of clinic. And even though we're all exhausted from the long days, the long weekends, the finish line never seems to get closer. And I'll tell you, it 100% still doesn't feel like it's enough. Because this medicine is so vast. It is so grand. How could 6 years studying it possibly be enough to understand it and master it? So, to all of the graduates today, may you always stay hungry and yearn for more knowledge. May you always have drive to continue to grow. May you always have that fire that you currently have as a student. Apply it to your patients, to your practice. But may you never feel like you mastered this medicine. Because as the Tao has taught us, the moment you feel you've mastered something is when you're furthest from it. May we always have that desire to bring joy, light, and passion to this medicine, to our practice, to our clinics, all these thousands of years of this ancient medicine, traditional healing to our communities. Now, please remember, we are incredibly lucky to practice a medicine thousands of years old, and that may perhaps not be from your own lineage. Handle it with the utmost respect, with love, with honor. Put it into practice for your patients. Put it into practice for yourselves. And share this with your communities. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our student speakers. We're not going to change pathways a second. I'm going to bring up the rock of Yo San University, the person that makes it all happen for all of our students. Her tireless efforts. It's almost impossible to understand how she does all the things she does. I'm going to welcome our Chief Academic Officer, Anissa Kassim.
Hello. Not the first time you'll see me. This year, the administration, every year, the administration of Yo San University is proud to recognize a student whose outstanding academic achievement, dedication, and professionalism exemplify the highest standards of our institution. The Yo San University Meritorious Award honors an individual who has distinguished themselves through excellence in scholarship, through their embodiment of the values and the spirit of Yo San University. It is my great pleasure to present this year's Yo San University's Meritorious Award to Adam Kurzfield, whose accomplishments have been set apart from others as an exemplary member of the Yo San University and an amazing singer.
And I would now like to introduce Sean Gates, Director of Student Services, to announce the Yo San University Leadership Award. Sean Gates.
Good morning. Happy spring. This year, the administration of Yo San would like to recognize a student who embodies the values of our institution. The Yo San University Leadership Award recognizes an individual who has demonstrated a strong commitment to promoting the principles of traditional Chinese medicine and integrative health, while also embodying the spirit of Yo San through their leadership and service to the university and the wider community. It is my pleasure to award this year's Yo San University Leadership Award to Leif Belvis.
That one got me. That was a. Um, there are so many. It would be impossible to honor everyone's work and all of the things they do behind the scenes. I announced Sean Gates as director of student services, but he's like manages the library, manages the student work program. It's everybody does so much, and Leaf is right there with all of us behind the scenes doing so much. So the award's not big enough. I would now like to introduce Clinical Dean Jessica Luca to announce the Yo San University Clinical Excellence Award.
Hi, everybody. All right. This year, the administration of Yo San University is proud to recognize a student who has demonstrated exceptional clinical skill, professionalism, and compassionate patient care. The Yo San University Clinical Distinction, it's actually the Clinical Excellence Award, honors an individual who exemplifies excellence in clinical practice while embodying the values and spirit of Yo San University. It is my pleasure to present this year's Clinical Excellence Award to Samantha Gordon.
And finally, this year, the administration of Yo San University is proud to recognize a doctoral graduate whose exceptional academic achievement, scholarly dedication, and professional excellence exemplifies the highest standards of doctoral education. The Yo San University Doctoral Distinction Award awards an honor, sorry, the Yo San University Doctoral Distinction Award honors an individual who has distinguished themselves not just through outstanding scholarship, but also through clinical excellence, meaningful doctoral research, and contributions to the advancement of the profession, while embodying the values and spirit of Yo San University. It is my great pleasure to present this year's Doctoral Distinction Award to Jessica De Leon. All right. And at this time, we come to another first, another historic moment for Yo San University as we prepare to confer our first honorary doctoral degree. An honor reserved for individuals whose lives, sorry, whose life's work has made an extraordinary impact on the advancement of healthcare, education, and the values that our institution holds dear. To present this special recognition, I would like to invite faculty member Todd Plymouth Mallory to the podium.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Nee. honored guests, faculty, Dr. Hoffman, all of our board members, and all of the family and friends who have joined. So honored to be here. I'm not going to make it through this without some tears. So today we honor together, celebrate achievement, to mark a transition, and to recognize those who have dedicated themselves to the study and the practice of Chinese medicine. It is our privilege today to honor a man whose life work helped this moment possible. Because when things stalled, he moved. When we fractured, he unified us. When our profession risked being dismissed and diminished, he stood ground. He helped bring acupuncture into legitimacy. I found his license. It's out front. The date is 1989. So when our school was founded, Neil got his first license. He also was responsible for fighting for our CPT code so that we could bill insurance for acupuncture, for recognition, for a place in the modern medical system. But that's not how I knew him. I knew him as a man who let me hang my shingle before I earned it. A few weeks ago, we stood at his gravesite. And in the Jewish tradition, you don't turn away from death. You participate. You take the earth in your hands and you return the body yourself. It's not poetic. It's final. It's human. I thought it was going to be the hardest part. I was wrong. The hardest part came in the last few weeks standing in his clinic, opening the drawers that hadn't been touched in years, where I found his original reusable needle set from the time before disposable, before convenience, before we lost touch with the weight of what we are doing. I found his handwritten notes before there were textbooks, before the medicine was standardized, when you had to earn it through lineage, through mentorship, through trial and humility. And in his herb pharmacy, it wasn't a supply room, it was a museum. Tinctures, patent formulas, raw herbs of every root, every flower, every mineral, deer antler, shell, seahorse, everything. The full spectrum of a medicine that once asked everything of a practitioner: attention, reverence, and responsibility. As I stood there realizing I wasn't just cleaning out his clinic, I was taking apart a world that scarcely exists any longer. Neil lived in a world and he fought fiercely to make sure that something of it survived into this one. But here's the truth. He never mistook the system for the medicine. The medicine was in that clinic, in those drawers, in the hands of a practitioner who understood this work was not just technical, it was relational, historical, and a sacred lineage. And there's another lineage that must be named. Neil was deeply rooted in his Jewish heritage. You could feel it, not just in his tradition, but his temperament, in his sense of responsibility, in his refusal to turn away, in his understanding that community was not optional, it was obligation. The same spirit lives in Jewish teaching. You don't wait for someone else to do what is right. You step forward, you repair, you carry. And Neil carried. This week, as I walked through the clinic, I found his mezuzah and his yarmulke, which I returned to. His mother and his family is here with us. Thank you so much for being here. Quiet symbols of a life lived in awareness that what we do matters. How we live matters. And that we are accountable something beyond ourselves. And today, these will return to the family, to his mother that gave him his first lineage before he stepped into ours. Because Neil was a practitioner. Before he was a practitioner, he was an advocate. He was a son, a first son. And everything he gave us came from somewhere. Today, Yosan has the honor of conferring upon Neil Miller this posthumous doctorate, not because he needed a title, but because he earned something far greater. He earned the right to be remembered as a man who carried the medicine when it was fragile and refused to let it disappear. Neil, you may be quiet now, but your work is not. It lives in every one of us, shaped by you. Every patient that you helped who fought for this profession. Every practitioner who still believes this medicine is more than technique. Now it's our turn to keep moving. To you graduates, you're entering into this profession at a very different time than Neil did. You have electric textbooks. You have clean needles and systems and protocols and infrastructures. But do not confuse access with depth. You are inheriting not just a career, you're inheriting a lineage that was brought by watching Ni and many others, and carried by people like Ni who fought for its survival, who protected its integrity, who kept it alive when it could have easily been lost. So the question is not whether you're ready, but will you carry it? Will you slow down enough to actually feel what you're doing? Will you study beyond what is required? Will you treat this medicine as something alive and not just something to be memorized? Because this work will ask more of you than you expect. It will ask for your attention, your humility, your patience. And if you give yourself to it, it will give you a life that matters. Neil understood something most people forget. The wheel does not stop. It keeps turning, whether we show up or not. But every now and then, someone puts their hands on the wheel and makes it turn true. Neil the Wheel was one of those people. And now it's our turn, because as we all know, the wheel keeps turning and you can't slow it down. So step forward, take your place, and keep it moving. Thank you so much.
Graduation time. This is an especially special moment for me. Dr. Hoffman would always go on stage in the past graduations that I attended and introduce the graduates and say he was going to hold back the tears. Today, after being at Yo San University now for some time, the students graduating today are the same ones that I spoke on the phone to that were thinking about transferring to Yo San University, or they sat in my office wondering when the finish line would come. Or they would sit in front of me and ask me when the next class was going to be offered and worried that they were going to fall behind. For some of you that were here way back in the day, you had colored highlighters, and we ferociously highlighted all the remaining classes that you had left to do in order to graduate. I see you, and I'm so happy that you are here today, and I'm so proud of you. In addition, in the past year, we welcome a group of transfer students who also, about 1 year ago, around this time, had the closure of Emperor's College. And I know we've mentioned it before, but from the academic team, I speak on behalf of all of us, we know that many of you did not know where you were going to go, when you were going to finish your degrees, and what university you would end up at. To those students, we are in deep, deep appreciation of getting to know you, of welcoming you to our campus, and for working with all of us with grace as we navigated the road ahead. As I graduate myself today, I acknowledge that it takes hard work, sacrifice, and patience to get to the finish line. And I want to acknowledge, as mentioned by many of the speakers today, that our graduation is really, really possible because of our supportive network of family and friends around us, those that might be here today and those that might have passed on. I love you, Dad. Thank you for being here. If I now can ask Dr. Dow and Dr. Hoffman to join me. And master's graduates, please stand and come forward as we call your name to receive your diploma. We are live streaming this, so we do have some students that are possibly here and possibly watching us from over there. So I will read some names, and for those that are at home, congratulations. From the MAC CCHM, Sean Avery. Allison Bailey. Lindsay Briggs. Gillian Avina. Cheryl Lee Baker. Gabriel Donovan. Ruby Lee G. Samantha Gordon. Era Kim Katz. Angela Cool. Bianca Lala. Sui Lim Cruz. Nitsni Reyes. Christina Shishkova. Georgia Heath Smith. And online, Alexander Theodorakis and Danielle, sorry. The entry Leavitt Doctorate allows for new grads to enter their professional career with the title of doctor and also allows for master's program graduates to return for just 1 year to acquire the title. If I can now ask Dr. Dow and Dr. Hoffman, who are already there, to stand and welcome the DACCHM MAC DAC students and completion module students. Sam Audette. Sam Audette. Leaf Emery Ulysses Belvez. Renee Yoshiko Blakeney. Honey Eliasi. Kristen Gonzalez. Morgan Hartley. Jane Hong. Online, Martha Jen Pillis. I Kakuda. In person, Neda Kanavardi. Adam Kurzfield. E. Tuan La. Camelia Dowling McDermott Lee. A few more people online. Marialo Legnan Gomez. Yvonne Moe. Natalia Morrison. In person, Quadrate Ula Rukshani. Online, Courtney Sisandre. Angela Sinette Gilchrist. Liana Thomas. Erica Xiang. Li Zhang. And Natalie V.
Let's have a hand for our graduates. And finally, the postgraduate doctoral degree. 2 years ago, this exceptional group of healers took a courageous step forward to bring added levels of depth, understanding, and experience to their practice of acupuncture and herbal medicine. They sacrificed hours of their professional practice, their personal lives, so they could become some of the most advanced practitioners in the field of Chinese medicine. This is the terminal degree. They've worked hard, and today we're here to celebrate as they receive the highest degree awarded in our profession, the postgraduate DAOM degree. I'm so proud of these doctors, and I'm honored to call each one of them friends. It's my great privilege to call them to the stage at this time. Farhad Besharati. Jessica De Leon. You got them. Anissa Kasim. And Alice Walter. accepted, Dr. Now, will all of the candidates for the master's degree in acupuncture please stand? This is where it gets very serious. By the powers vested in me by the state of California and the Board of Trustees of Yo San University, I declare all of you Masters of Acupuncture and Chinese Herbal Medicine and graduates of Yo San University. Congratulations. DAC students, please stand. By the powers vested in me by the state of California and the Board of Trustees of Yo San University, I declare all of you to be doctors of acupuncture and Chinese herbal medicine and graduates of Yo San University. Please continue standing. And finally, will all of the candidates for the postgraduate DAOM degree please stand? By the powers vested in me by the state of California and the Board of Trustees of Yo San University, I declare all of you to be doctors of acupuncture and Oriental medicine. Congratulations. You may now swap your capsules to the opposite side. Congratulations. And I now call upon Dr. Daoxing Ni to lead our honor graduates, faculty, deans, and board members out of the auditorium, the final processional. Following the exit of the graduates, I invite you all to the next door to the auditorium to join us for a brief reception. Thank you all for coming. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you.